Ugh, they're gonna be bad, aren't they? Oh, this is, not me, mate. Not me. Shut the f up, Robo-c***. I've never been with a violent liar like you who targets women for problems you created. C*** world leader. They don't know. Stream videos of me being paid. Oh man, this is not a safe space. I think for you, Jack Murphy, this is not a safe space. This is quite an aggressive arena for you here on Gettr. God damn. Okay, it's time to talk about Tim Pool a little bit.
Let's get into that first big story. Joe Rogan leads move to Gettr after Twitter bans Dr. Robert Malone, Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Rogan's move comes after Twitter banned Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Dr. Malone for COVID misinformation.
The only problem with this, I guess, motif is that Tim Pool gets pretty much completely covered, considering that's like the one corner where he puts his little video camera. Oh well.
But I don't think Joe Rogan signed up for Gettr.
Are the dog's eyes supposed to be semi-transparent? No, that's probably me not tweaking the green screen properly. We'll just have to settle for now.
Of Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think he did.
I'll allow it? Okay, good.
Dr. Malone told him on his show he was banned, and then he signed up for Gettr. Now, I want to make one very important point before we get into all of this stuff. Joe Rogan is the biggest podcast in the world. Even still, after leaving YouTube and iTunes, still the biggest podcast. I got to say, I see his numbers put out by, Spotify compared to Nielsen ratings. Spotify is saying, this is Luke Rudkowski on Twitter.
I heard about this guy before.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Joe Rogan Experience, 11 million viewers per show.
Okay, can I just say this? The left has been going after Joe Rogan for years now. Years. I mean, one of the first videos I had that ever went really viral was like a leftist take on Joe Rogan's shitty history. And it's only recently that now liberals are starting to kind of like be like, oh, Joe is like spreading vaccine misinformation. Oh, Joe is spreading dangerous medical information. Joe is telling people that, bringing on doctors who espouse that ivermectin can prevent or treat COVID, stuff like that. Radio silence on just like years of transphobia, years of promoting the intellectual dark weeb, getting like fucking Ben Shapiro on there all the time, Steven Crowder on there all the time, Jordan Peterson on there all the time. Although this did teach me about Gettr. I didn't even really know much about it.
Wow.
Holy cow.
11 million. That is substantially larger than what we get on this show across the board.
True.
And we could only hope to ever reach that level of viewership. But that's Joe Rogan. Of course it is. When he says, hey guys, I'm kind of worried about the censorship. I'm going to get up on Gettr. There's going to be a lot of regular people who aren't deeply...
Okay, hold on one sec. Sam JQC says that data is from 2 years ago. I wasn't even paying attention, but good eye. Oh yeah, January 3rd, 2022. No, that's not where the date is. Oh, quarter 3, 2021 media ratings.
Oh, across the board.
True.
And we could only hope to ever reach that level of viewership, but that's Joe Rogan. Of course it is. When he says, hey guys, I'm kind of worried about the censorship. I'm going to get up on Gettr. There's going to be a lot of regular people who aren't deeply entrenched in politics who are going to do the same. And this is huge in the back.
One thing I think we should talk about more is that Spotify is profiting from and paying for the shit Joe is spouting. Yeah, that is entirely true. They have been very limited in the amount of censoring they've done of him. I think the Alex Jones episode was the most notable one that they censored, but they have pretty much let Joe have free reign in terms of what he says or delivers or who he interviews. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that you can't make a podcast, because everyone can make a podcast now. We all have the power to, and talk about the things you want to talk about within certain, like, restrictions. Obviously, you can't have like, the Hitler was right about everything podcast to bring on a bunch of people and talk about Holocaust denial. That shouldn't be allowed. But if you want to have just like a podcast like Joe Rogan, where it's like, I'm a libertarian, I kind of believe in free markets, but at the same time, like, corporations are kind of fucked up, and I feel like, there's definitely a problem with income, disparities between different groups. This is all problems. I want weed to be legal, so that way. You know, I'm kind of libertarian, but at the same time, I don't want trans women to participate in sports because I think that gives an unfair advantage to them because of this one isolated example from the UFC that I know about that I always bring up and talk about. So I'm going to let that kind of guide my entire worldview when it comes to marginalizing that entire group. Yeah, Spotify is completely cool with all that. It's only recently with all the kind of like consistent medical misinformation that Joe Rogan has had, and it's been a lot when it comes like he has been so wrong multiple times about what he's talking about when it comes to COVID. And the problem is that so many people are getting their information from Joe. It's like Dr. Joe became a meme thanks to the Tim Pool being like, oh yeah, I had COVID, but then I called, Joe Rogan because my own doctor wasn't really giving me what I needed. And then I called Dr. Joe Rogan, and then he got his special doctor on the phone, and then we got the kitchen sink. And then I gave myself the kitchen sink. It was fantastic. It felt great in like a couple days. All I needed was like thousands of dollars worth of Regeneron. And then whatever else was thrown my way,
Battle against censorship. It could be good, could be bad. A lot of people who are being censored, who have been banned, have found a voice on other platforms like Parler, Gab, Gettr, etc. But the big tech, collusion comes after all these platforms.
The show takes will be the next
variant. We saw what happened to Gab. Gab starts building its own infrastructure. Gettr may experience something similar, but at the very least, for the time being, if you get banned from Twitter, that's somewhere you can go and see many people talking about, certain ideas. It's not perfect. But I think coming into this year, the big risk is that if we have two separate echo chambers and people can no longer communicate at all, well, then I think the divide in this country is going to get way, way worse.
Absolutely. We're having one of the key instrumental figures that created the mRNA vaccine. We're having congressmen and women being banned from expressing their dissent towards the narrative.
See, like the idea of someone spreading climate misinformation, which is what Republicans and pundits have been doing for a very long time now, when it comes to freedom of speech, should that be permissible? Because that's never been something that has been clamped down on. That's never been something that people have been like, oh, you can't actually speak about that, because that would, again, infringe on your ability to have an opinion on this. And your opinion could be wrong, but that's not really how we should dictate where speech goes. Now it has been extended to people spreading blatant medical misinformation. That's the reason that Marjorie Taylor Greene got 5 strikes. Now she's finally one of her accounts has been removed from Twitter. And that's the reason why a lot of people have been kicked off various platforms. That's why Kevin Sorbo got kicked off of Facebook. It's why now I think people are getting worried, such as Joe Rogan, about whether or not he'll be kicked off of Twitter for whatever reason. The interesting experimental part about all this, because like Gettr is kind of new, I guess, or maybe I'll look it up because I haven't actually used Gettr or done anything with it. Let's get that Gettr Wikipedia. We looked at Parler quite a bit. We looked at Gab quite a bit. Gab right away, since it was the first like really big social media right-wing alternative to like Twitter and stuff like that, it filled up with Nazis so quickly. Oh wow, it is actually pretty new. Gettr, stylized Gettr, is a social media platform and microblogging site targeted at American conservatives. It was founded by Jason Miller, a former Donald Trump aide and spokesman, and has been officially launched on July 4th, 2021. This is very new. Its user interface and feature set have been described as very similar to those of Twitter. The platform experienced issues shortly after launch, including internet trolls posting content that violated the terms of service, users flooding it with pornography, and a brief hacking of some high-profile accounts. Journalists have observed the prevalence of extreme content on the platform, including racism, anti-Semitism, and terrorist propaganda. See, this is like one of the problems that keeps happening though, right? You get Gab and all of a sudden it's like, well, Gab is filling up with Nazis. This kind of sucks. It's like, okay, fine. We're going to make Parler. Okay. Parler is going to be kind of a hybrid. It's kind of like a mix. It's mostly a Twitter clone, but there's some Facebook elements in there and some other things. And then once again, it fills up with neo-Nazis and people posting extreme shit, racism, stuff like that. And Parler had the problem with people posting their literal shit. I'm talking literal shit posting. People were posting fucking coils of their doo-doo on the platform, and it was happening at such a frequent rate that they had to add that as this is not freedom of speech. It's not included in the fucking terms of service. You cannot do that. You cannot use your shit as an insult, because people would just be like, well, fuck this opinion, fucking reply, bling, and then boom, it would be on the platform. Literal shit posts. So they actually had to say yeah, you no longer can post your feces. But that really shows you like what what fucking happens to these like free speech platforms when they first launch. Like they become cesspools of people who have been kicked off of every other social media platform because the vast majority of people on those platforms, including the people who work and the staff who work at these companies and these corporations, have been like, yeah, like we kind of don't want people posting like flagrant Holocaust denial or like hate speech or like anti-Semitism or like extreme calls to violence or doxing. Like that stuff like shouldn't fly. So most of them, even Gettr, like has apparently a terms of service. So it's currently got 3 million total users. That's not bad. 400,000 daily users for like a brand new site. I don't know how much seed funding it had, but still for social media, that's not bad. That's enough to start sustaining you. Like that's enough to start getting public interest in it, right? So Miller left Trump's team to become the CEO of the tech startup. Beta version launched. It had several thousand users. There was some initial confusion as to whether or not the platform was funded by former President Donald Trump. Bloomberg reported that Trump would not be joining the platform, nor would he have any financial stake in it, and he was still planning to create a platform of his own. And then on July 4th, 2021, the day of the platform's official launch, Miller stated that it had more than 500,000 users. According to the estimates from the senior tower, Gettr received 1.3 million downloads globally between June and July. Interesting. It's got Marjorie Taylor Greene, Mike Pompeo. Oh, I bet Dave Rubin's on there. Okay. I should just quickly. So I made, as I'm sure you've all already assumed, I made a Gettr. Okay, if you're on Gettr and you want to join me, I am known as the Lambda Chad. I'm at Lambda Chad on Gettr. I've got the lick the abs background, and also you don't get more alpha than Lambda, and my brain is enormous and gives me back problems. It's true. My brain is so enormous and powerful that it gives me back problems. I still have 0 followers, but that's okay. You know, I'll grow with time. I'm just curious about Dave Rubin. Okay, so this is someone who blocked me very early on in my career. So I will follow Dave. And now I get to hear Dave's thoughts. It's been a long time. Thanks to the folks at raiseamerican.com hooking me up on my birthday weekend. Oh, sponsored stream. On your birthday? You sold out on your birthday? Oh, God, Dave. A great interview. I miss Trump. Rubin is a great journalist podcaster. Great work, my man. Keep working the good road. Good work, my man. I don't feel like you're writing these. I don't really feel like you're writing these. Is this a temp? If so, you better confess or I'll be tempted to do parlor and leave a steamy coil in response. Reply. All right, I guess we'll find out. It kind of sucks that like Dave Rubin's Gettr is just as boring as I imagined. Like this just all seems like promo. This man is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, this one might be real. This man is absolutely ridiculous. I stand corrected. You remain the funniest comedian of all time. Reply. Oh, I should be like, Gettr. Yeah, go Gettr. The scandal is the non-scandal. What the fuck? Yeah, I know. He hasn't been very active. He hasn't used it since June. I wonder why. Was it the complete lack of engagement that you get from some of these? I'm here now, Dave. We can talk to each other. The scandal is the non-scandal. Who else is permanently banned? Oh, I bet Milo's on here, right? No? There's Fat Ass Milo, Milo Cooper, Milo Stone. No, it doesn't look like Milo has an official account. Your voice is clipping a little. Oh no. Alright, let's turn this down. How about now? Is this better? I'm not as outrageous. Molino? Ugh, I don't want to see what he's up to. I don't think it's the official account. Oh man, you know what's sad? This could be his actual account, but he's still like, he's fallen off so bad that he can't even get verified on Gettr. That even Getter's kind of, I can't prove that. I can't prove that. But the fact that it has like 1,711 followers and it links to like his official website, I don't know. Ontario, Canada. Joined July 2021. Hasn't posted since August 16th, 2021. They don't use this platform a lot. Welcome to the new free speech mecca at MTG for America. I feel like everyone talks a lot of game about Gettr and no one's using it. Like, okay, how about you, Tim Pool? Okay, Timcast. Okay, January 3rd. At least that's relatively new. Robert D. Malone account suspended. Oh, see, there's some decent engagement. It's all about whether or not you're putting stuff out, right? I feel like if you're putting out content on Gettr, people will start to, like, you know, be interested. It's not pessimism, it's realism. Did Gettr really ban the word groiper? 375 comments. Wait, let's see what... I want to read the comments. I don't think so. Groiper is in use here. Michelle Molkin. Gonna say nope. This is what happens when posting it between Fuentes ban and today. Oh, was Fuentes banned on Gettr? What? I think much like the coil I would release, had this been true, you're just full of shit. Go Gettr. Let's see. Nick Fuentes. Unless this is an unverified account. 2,122 followers. I think this might be Nick Fuentes. I'm not going to scroll down because I don't want to know what thoughts are going on in Nick Fuentes' head that he felt would be okay to drop. Is Dore here? Let's see. Jimmy Dore. No, I don't think so. No posts. I mean, the 1,000 followers could be just because it's the only account that's got a picture of Jimmy Dore on it. I mean, yeah, there's really... All right, let's see what Joe Rogan is doing, because that's the big one, right? Everyone's like, Joe Rogan joins Gettr. January 2nd, retweeting Max Blumenthal. Since mass formation psychosis is trending, seems like a good time to re-up my interview with Matthias Desmet, the psychologist who's best diagnosed the Covidian mind state in societal dangers. No. No. Oh, no. Just in case shit at Twitter gets even dumber, I'm here now as well. Rejoice. Join me on Gettr. Gettr, terrible places. Some clips. I kind of feel like Joe Rogan doesn't do Joe Rogan social media though. I think he kind of like, there's probably a temp that does like 70% of the promo stuff, and then he might join in every now and then to like give everyone a piece of his mind, you know? And the mass formation psychosis. Retweet at the Hill, Dr. Fauci. There is danger that there will be so many people who are being isolated who are asymptomatic for the full 10 days that you could have a major negative impact on our ability to keep society running. So the decision has been made. Oh, so now you like Fauci. Oh. So now it's not the Fauci ouchie. Now it's like, oh, actually he's pretty based. Didn't know how based he was, you know? Fucking, he's pretty tap out, you know, bro. That Fauci. Cool. Cool. Any last curiosities? Jack Murphy? Well, Jack Murphy's on Twitter. But yeah, of course Jack Murphy's going to be on here, right? Yeah. Verified account. Liminal order. Increase your drip. I was going to say drip strength, but it's grip strength. God damn it. Why no profile picture? That's odd. 4 years ago, I had no Twitter, no blog, nothing. Today, people spend tens of thousands of hours listening to my podcast, reading my blog, attending events, enjoying my book, and following the same story here on Twitter. How did I go from 0 to here? Here's a doozy of a tale. 31 likes. Oof. It's 5 likes. 7 posts. You're getting ratioed? God damn. I'm here, y'all. Who's with me? Let's see the comments. Ugh, they're gonna be bad, aren't they? Oh, this is, not me, mate. Not me. Shut the fuck up, RoboCuck. I've never been with a violent liar like you who targets women for problems you created. Cuck world leader. They don't know. Stream videos of me being paid. That's fucking... Oh man, this is not a safe space. I think for you, Jack Murphy. This is not a safe space. This is quite an aggressive arena for you here on Gettr. God damn. Apparently, Matt from Tinder. Look into my eyes as I stuff 12 inches inside me. Only people who like gay porn. Go away, grifter. Welcome. One welcome. Oddly wholesome. Go Gettr. Man, who is with me? Man, it's honestly so savage. You're getting blown out for the whole cuck stuff. Cause that is honestly completely based. They should be disowning you for the, I'll fix it, consensual rape articles. What are the emojis like in this? Oh, it's just your standard fare. And shitpost. Go Gettr. There you go. I don't think he's going to respond. Maybe I'll retweet myself. It'll be my first post. Oh, devilish. And the last person you asked for is Glenn Greenwald. All right. RoboCuck. Oh, wait. Was there no official account? Glenn? Huh. Not a thing. Oh, what were we talking about? I think that's it, right? We've done them all. I don't think there's anyone else to Gettr. Like, it really seems to me, I'll be totally honest with you, that people aren't really using Gettr. Like, they're all talking about it. Like, even, what about Marjorie? Okay, the official Marjorie Taylor Greene. You reposted something 4 hours ago. I'm calling on every Republican to leave Twitter. No way. No way. Don't worry, Marjorie. I'll make sure your voice is heard. I'll post your divine prophecy. The truth is under attack, and so are our Republican conservative values. Twitter has censored millions of conservative Americans for far too long now without any restraint. Real congressional action is not possible anytime soon. Twitter needs to learn a lesson. Do not violate free speech rights guaranteed to Americans. Do not act as an aggressor towards elected officials. Twitter is a danger to us all by deeming itself the judge of speech on its platform. It's time to end the abuse of power they were given. Leave Twitter now. Oh, the end of abuse of power they were never given. Actually, it's the exact opposite. They were given that abuse of power. That's the biggest problem. They are corporations beholden to shareholders. Like that's it. That's the fucked up thing. But yes, the mass exodus is upon us. I wonder how many people are going to do this. Gonna try quote posting. It's just like Twitter. Everyone, listen to my queen. And then if I do a Gettr. Oh yeah, it's just a Twitter clone in every way, shape, and possible, except no one's using it. Well, I should say not no one. It seems like Marjorie is doing some posts here. Getting quite a bit of, some traction. 9.7 thousand upvotes, 1.5 thousand replies. I wonder what the replies are saying. Yes, stand up and fight the twits at Twitter and the fakes at Facebook. Left after Trump. Why are you still there? Should have gone already yourself. It's pretty angry here. Why didn't you leave of your own accord? Why are you only saying this now that you've been kicked out? Because I'm pretty sure she would not be posting any of this if she wasn't like banned on Twitter. Twitler. Okay. There it is. Okay. Well, beta male. Man, the right can't meme. Like, goddamn, this is really sad shit. I mean, I'll give you this, okay? It's not wordy. It's not wordy like so many leftist memes are just fucking, hey, do you want to laugh? Yeah. Oh, you have a meme? Sweet. Okay, yeah. It'll take you about 3 hours to finish reading. And you're like, what? It's like, yeah, there's a lot of theory in there, but it's really funny. Once you get to the fourth panel, holy shit, it's funny. Like, fuck that noise. Like, just fucking look at this. Pretty simple. The message is very clear. He's a beta male, okay? It's not meta. He's not an alpha. He's beta. Very simple. There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad that was my first Gettr experience. I don't know if I'm better for it. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Just, we beseech thee to smite down our enemies. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your humble court jesters, here to amuse you. To our lords, Trevor R., we give thanks for this spit of land for us to eke out this meager existence. To our knights, Merid, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Ellie Leslie, Alex P., Brandon, Words Greenwood, Nate, that one guy, Hagbird Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Daniel Sutton, Coulter Smith, Val 9000, Jenna Tall, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, The Tim Caucus, Multi Mondi, Trevor Yanis, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojack, Cern 42, Catherine, Radical Maniac, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Political Puppy, Andreas Chiringuito, Zach Christensen, Josh Mickelson, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our flag in a veil, and we salute you, our friends.